speaking of that, because I saw Layla Day, who is a Toronto R&B artist, she made like an actual post, not actually, she made a post that's getting a lot of traction. She was talking about how what she said was, I woke up this morning and 2 incredibly talented artists say that they want to quit. Not pivot, not take a break, quit. And I deeply understood because I have too been contemplating. She said, this isn't coming from hate, it's coming from honesty because something is truly off in the ecosystem. Let's stop pretending that the city doesn't drain its artists because it does. The industry here doesn't reward the best, it rewards the easiest to package, control, and explain on paper. You can spend years perfecting your sound and still lose opportunities to someone who just checks the right boxes this year. Everybody's a publisher for an R&B act until it's time to actually move R&B records. Agencies promise shows and throw you on a lineup that makes zero sense. All of it for exposure. Some of the grants and opportunities feel more like diversity reports than investments in real artistry. She goes on quite a bit. Meanwhile, artists who have spent years honing their craft are left to figure it out alone and are told, keep going. LOL, how sway. And support of culture or lack of one. People know what you're doing. They're watching, but it's like pulling teeth to get people to show up for some of our local artists and they say they like. Tickets almost always have to be comped.
She's not wrong.
But she said, but let Mariah the Scientist, no shade, announce a show. Now everybody has money. Everybody's outside. Everybody's a fan. And it's okay to eat ramen all month to afford GA.
Yeah. She's not wrong.
Toronto's full of supporters who are actually just observers.
She's not wrong. It's too...
I'm like...
I would say it's 2 things.
Go ahead.
I would say 1... I think it's something that we've said before. I feel like Toronto is kind of one of those cities where people need to see other people think it's cool before they fully buy into it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've said that with music because there's a lot of times, Mucho, you've said that about me where it's like, yo, you've said stuff early like, yo, have you heard this? Yo, why didn't you guys playing this? Yo, how are we going out and we're not hearing this? We're kind of like, people need to see that stuff is verified.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then also, I think it's just an infrastructure thing. It's not enough people, not enough listeners. Shows aren't selling out because it's just not enough of a sample size to
say there's not enough people isn't true though, because to her point, when R&B artists from out of Toronto come, they sell out shows.
Yeah, but
Giveon sold out like 4 back-to-back shows at History.
But they're already established. Is what I'm saying is to have a niche community here. I don't think there's enough people to have a niche. Like if you're, like we said, if you are a huge act in California, you can stay in California and do 4,000-5,000 people venues easily in multiple parts of California. You can't do that here. It just doesn't. Like you just can't. It doesn't exist.
Why?
But so even if you want here,
population, just population wise,
I don't think it's population because
the amount of people
if the people who are willing to listen to Mariah the Scientist, why aren't you willing to listen to Layla Day or what's the other one's name? Liza something. I'm the R&B artist.
Yeah.
What's the other one's name? Oh my God, so many names that are coming to my head at once. Anyways, they'll come to me.
Yeah.
But you can start as an artist in Toronto and blow. Like it's happened many, many times.
Usually they go to America.
But you blow when you leave.
Oh.
You get your deal when you leave.
But you can start
you blow
here.
when you leave. You start here, but your target audience isn't here.
What is that R&B artist's name? Is he Filipino? What's his name?
He's Filipino.
Is he half Filipino, half black?
Dylan Sinclair.
That's it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I kept saying sincerely in my head. I'm like, who the fuck
I don't
sincerely
know.
Sinclair?
I'm like,
And also R&B in general is tough.
is anybody's goal to really like stay here though? Like even if you're an American artist and you blow and you start out in California, you want to go across the world and tour.
You want
Like,
to, but
no
if
one-
you can't, you can still make a considerable living there.
Staying
In America.
Staying where you are.
I agree when it comes to like maybe 3 big places in America, maybe 4.
The major cities.
Yeah, but apart from that,
outside of, if you're
and
in
you
like
know,
Idaho.
Like, you don't want to stay in Ohio.
if you're in Idaho, it's not going to work.
And I know Toronto's like a top 5 biggest city in North America, but just logistically, a lot of your audience is going to come from the
Other
country it's
places.
in. And so that's automatically 10% of the market in New York.
Toronto's a
LA,
tough crowd.
I
yo.
just wouldn't
even
say
London.
like,
Yeah, but I don't think it's about Toronto. I just think it's about the way it's set up. I don't think it's about the people that live here or anything like
I don't
that.
think that like we don't have the ability to all be like supporting in our, like we've done it. We all supported Daniel Caesar Blue, Jesse Reyes, like these people, like we start it and then the world catches on. Like we're the local, we're that person's community.
Is that true though?
That's not always
That
true.
may not be exactly how it happens.
No.
Because even let's take Alicia Cara, for example. Like, I knew Alicia, we weren't friends, but like I kind of knew her when Here started to blow. She said she recorded, she's from Here, but she recorded,
No pun intended.
no pun intended. She said that version that came out, she recorded that in LA and it did all that stuff, got her label deal, and then she's out. It's not like she bubbled Here and then.
You guys don't think
It's
Daniel
mad.
Caesar bubbled Here?
I don't remember how his come up happened.
I think he
I don't
bubbled
know.
Here.
I learned about him when he was already big, so pause.
No, I
I know Sean Leon
This
and
is a-
everything was one of his the
this is a
people he was
Marlon
working
question.
with.
No,
Yeah.
he very much like he became more popular in Toronto. Eventually, obviously left because like you leave. Like I just feel like
What
Yeah,
was
the
Daniel
Weeknd
Caesar?
had his buzz
expectation
here
to
first, too.
stay.
Yeah.
From
I don't think
SoundCloud.
anyone's expecting them to stay. You know, like why do you have to stay?
There does seem to be like a little pool of artists. I think one of them you mentioned, like Dylan Sinclair. There's
Yeah.
there's guys like Toby and everything
Yeah.
like that are kind of able to like sustain themselves within the country. I don't know, for someone like me, because I like Toby, I'd like to see him, get that
Expand.
get like that like wide, sort of international acclaim. I don't know what the point A to B is. And then it's almost like there's a brain drain, Like anyone that is good ends up over in America
Like
anyways.
you want to
know?
travel. That's the point. That's why people do these things, to travel.
But anybody
play
who's
their
lit just
music.
is there now, and that kind of diminishes what we're trying to establish here.
Yeah,
if everybody
that's
that's
just where
good
the
is over
work
there.
is. too.
that people like it's very rare for people in Toronto to propel a Toronto artist so much to the point that
They don't champion their.
they don't
acts,
we don't
no.
champion our artists. Like let's be very real.
I agree with her point. I just don't think that's unique to Toronto. Any comparable market, it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
I
Also,
don't think that's true.
Are we meant
Because
to
in
champion
Atlanta,
them just
you can
'cause?
you can
I don't think
book-
Atlanta's a comparable
Yeah.
market.
Atlanta's
Why?
not comparable.
Because the city is smaller than Toronto, sure, but it's working within the infrastructure of a way bigger country.
So what would you compare Toronto to?
it is,
Like one of the random states like Cleveland.
Raleigh.
or let's say fuck that. Let's talk about like a Sydney, Australia, or something, right? Like Sydney is a pretty big city, right? But it's within the infrastructure of a country that's not as relevant as America or the UK. So I bet you there's R&B singers or rappers or artists or whatever in Sydney that are
Yeah,
complaining
there's
about the
some drill-
exact same thing.
Yeah.
People think that Toronto has something in the water where people are stush and hate everybody else. But I think the only experience you have is Toronto. So
Where else is a big act stopping if they come through Canada?
and I don't even want to diminish what
Montreal, Vancouver.
Leila's saying, but I think people have it in their head that Toronto's way more unique than it is.
It's tough. I think it's tough because there's also Toronto is like a blend of we're a really important city and we're a big city, but we're not a big city at the same time.
Where America's hat.
So we kind of have big city expectations
Right.
from a city that doesn't have the infrastructure to support it.
Right.
Right.
And because like we have so much culture and because we're so lit, we're expecting that like what happens in New York is going to happen with us, but it just doesn't work that way because of how it's set up. And then that trickles down into how people think about stuff. Because she's not wrong. Like, yeah, if Mariah the Scientist comes here, it's going to sell out. But
she's Mariah the
big. Like, yeah,
Scientist,
like she's
too.
already established. Even if it's a smaller act and they already have their niche fan base.
Like, are we meant to buy tickets to your show just because you're from Toronto and we're meant to be supporting Toronto artists? Oh, sorry.
You're not. You're,
That
you
rubs
are-
Zoe the wrong
have to.
way, eh?
That was a genuine
That didn't rub
question.
me the wrong way. I'm just saying they're gonna eat your ass for that.
Oh, sorry. No disrespect.
That's the problem with our city.
I understand her frustrations 100%. I'm just
Yeah.
like, are you asking that? Like, I'm just saying, like, are you asking then that people are supposed to like go and see underground artists that they don't know nothing about because they're from Toronto and we're meant to be raising these people up? Like, what's the alternative? Or is it just like you're more likely to give a alternative artist that you don't know a chance from America than you are give someone a chance from Toronto. Like, is
That's
that
what
what you're
people
trying to
People are
say?
definitely
I
saying,
think that's a.
yeah.
I think that's an
getting at.
aspect too. I think there's a local, and I think it's a. I don't know if I could say it's a Caribbean type of thing, where it's a local thing where it's like, if you're too closely attached to someone, people don't really want to jack it
Oh, of course.
like that. Because it's like, oh, I know you, or I know someone that
You mean
knows
Mike's
you.
friend? Yeah, we know him.
Like, yeah, like you're
Yeah.
too close.
Yeah.
People don't really want to put you in that sphere of.
It's like how your friends can't be your fans. It's just that you're just kind of like extending that out to your own city.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it.
It's tough,
it is.
bro. It's
I've
tough.
learned that though, doing my podcast, I'm like, people really do wait for the cosign of like other people
Oh, for sure.
to like lock into what you're doing.
100%.
It's like we're friends, but you were waiting for our mutual friends to lock in, and now like you feel comfortable. It's very interesting, and I kind of because I've heard this mindset so much of like people in Toronto are stush and don't want to support. I had no expectations, but it is interesting to watch for sure. And like to this day, I have no expectations. Like even my own friends, I'm like, I live a real life outside of social media where I feel supported by the people in my life. I don't need like it to be some superficial thing that's like happening online. Of course, it's nice and appreciated and noticed. But it's like, I don't have time to be counting like, okay, so this person's supporting me,
Yeah.
this person's supporting me, going down the list. Like I can't,
For sure.
child, please. No, it's like, that's not what I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it for my friends.
It's
Yeah.
tough,
Beyond that.
Because even with what she's saying is a fact that people will sell dreams here, especially like labels or people in quote unquote positions. And that's why even for me, like I never really like Canadian labels and all that type of stuff. I never was really looking there because it's like, what can you really do?
What's a Canadian label?
Like they have Universal Canada.
Sony
Oh,
Canada.
yeah, yeah.
Sony.
Sorry. I thought you meant like
Subsidiaries,
labels that.
No,
were-
stuff like that.
Okay,
like
yeah, fair.
the Canadian imprints.
OVO.
Because to me, it's like on the biggest scale, like the biggest, grandest scale, what is the number one example of an act that a Canadian label pushed? Like who's the biggest ever Canadian label artist ever?
Rappers?
Yeah, rappers are
probably
rap or
classified,
R&B.
right?
Like,
I was about to say like Pressler or something.
Why
but,
wasn't he
Was
top
Tresor
5?
signed to a Canadian label?
Sony.
yeah,
Who signed to Sony Canada?
Sony Canada.
That's
yeah.
for the white boys. though.
Interesting.
like there's
Classified.
not a lot of proof of concept, so I'm not really holding
Maybe
out.
JoJo back in the day. I think she was signed by a Canadian.
JoJo?
JoJo?
Wait, not JoJo. Am I tripping? Not JoJo.
You ain't got to do nothing.
wait.
Like that.
There was a
JoJo?
Canadian. She's not Canadian. I'm tripping. Keisha Shante.
Wrong one.
Yeah, so wrong.
So I don't know. It's tough, yo. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to her. That's 100% her POV, and it's as valid as she claims. But I'm tired of the whole like Toronto doesn't support each other talks. I hate that shit, bro. I'm just that's like the topic that annoys me the most.
Yeah, Mucho doesn't like that. But also at this point,
But
too,
you can't say that there's no truth to it, though.
No, there's truth to it. I just don't think we're as unique as we think.
It's not just a Toronto
and
thing.
people have only lived in this city, and I have too. But I'm open to the fact that it's common in other places too.
Fair.
the only what are we gonna do about it though? All we could do is just like
Try
it's
our
either
best.
Yeah, like
Support
we
your
could
friends
break down barriers and get our shit popping outside of here. And then, fuck it. It's not an American market anymore. It's a North American market.
Is it not part of our responsibilities as podcasters? Shouldn't we be talking about these up and coming artists and the people that we want to see move forward and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
Is that we can do more than just?
Also, it has to be authentic. Like,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
be
Nah,
repping people you don't fuck with.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've been getting clout recently, but shout out to That Cloud Studio. I fuck with their stuff.
Oh, they're so fucking
They're hilarious,
funny.
yo. Shout out to the
That guy killed me.
Yeah.
Every day they're coming up on my. I just love the way they film. Like, who's in the corner
Yeah.
filming, bro?
Big up to them. You guys sound unfamiliar, but we got to get one of them
Yeah.
on the pod.
You've
Yeah.
seen them. You see
But
them.
yeah, yo,
Yo,
really
get that
jokes.
guy on the pod.
anyone
So
doing
yeah,
their
I mean,
thing?
yeah, whenever I can, I'm gonna try to support other people, maybe bring some more stuff to the pod. And then, the bigger that we get, we'll try to lift people up. But I'm just a more action-oriented person. Like,
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
feel that.
That's fair.
Shout out to LeBron also. We should have him on
He
the
was
pod
supposed to come on
soon.
the pod.
Yeah.
He never got back to
I think he's still in LA.
Oh,
but-
damn. He living out there.
James?
Well, you should.
Yeah,
you should
LeBron
clarify.
James wants to come on our
sorry,
I
podcast.
did have to
No.
think
You should
myself,
clarify. You
yeah.
randomly
No.
said LeBron.
There's
Yeah.
a young creator in the city. His name is
That's
LeBron.
your uncle.
Okay.
I knew who he was talking about.
I feel like his last. I don't
I know
know.
what he was talking about too, but the listeners won't.
I do not know his last name, but his name is
What people actually thought we
LeBron.
meant LeBron James?
Yeah.
Isn't it like Smith on there or something?
I feel like it's Smith. I just didn't want to say that and it was wrong, but I think his
lot
name
of
is
Smiths.
Smith.
He's a good content creator, yeah.
coming up. He's funny. One of the
He is
youngins. He's been consistent. He's been working. So yeah.
That's valid.
Anyways, what's next?
Do we want to talk about what Jay-Z talked about in his interview?
Hove.
Yes, T. Guys, wow. Great interview, huh?
Yeah, you said you listened and you read to the whole.
I listened to
the
it
whole
on the way
thing.
here because I knew you niggas wanted to talk about it.
I
I knew you niggas did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was really interesting what he said about the beef. And I kind of disagree with him like a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you
What
disagree
do you
with?
say?
Which aspects?
What did
Because
he
I think
say?
one of the first things he said was that as a culture, he feels like there shouldn't be a need for battling
Anymore.
in hip hop culture after seeing how negatively it affected both sides and like how divided the fan bases were.
I don't like that
Said
he
it went
put
too
it all
far.
on social media and not the rappers themselves. They made it dark. It got dark because they made it dark.
Yeah.
It's true.
That
They
is true.
got on. It wasn't social media started talking about people's kids and people's wives. They started talking about people's kids, people's wives, and the social media obviously was going to talk about what they were talking about. It got dark with them. They just
That's the essence of
Real-
it, though, right? Which is
Yeah.
also which makes what Jay-Z saying very interesting too, because this guy was talking about leaving condoms on Nas's baby seat and stuff like that, and everything too. Which is also interesting that like, you know, we have people die in rap beefs and stuff like that. There's coasts and cities, and you know, this was the time that Jay-Z felt, you know what, maybe we've gone too far.
Yeah, like,
you know,
literally
with
people
the
have
hip hop
died.
beef, I thought that was kind of interesting.
I heard
People are saying he's defending Drake. People are saying they're coddling Drake's feelings with this.
come on. He
here we
wasn't. He
go.
literally
Like-
said Drake. He
I'm
literally was
Jay-Z.
on there like I'm Jay-Z.
Well,
What the fuck I got to do with it?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's coddling Drake, but I kind of understand because now we're in this place where it's a complete divide. If you say that you support Drake, you're automatically anti-Kendrick. If you say that you support Kendrick, you're automatically anti-Drake. We're not living in a space anymore where you can like both artists' music. Like the divide is so strong between both sides that it's impossible to listen to Kendrick without people looking at you sideways
Because
if
they
they're
made
Drake
it a
fans,
moral thing.
and vice versa.
they did.
Like, I think it got, and people were like, oh, you guys are too young to understand rap beefs. Listen, I understand that Tupac was saying, I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, and he was airing shit out. But at the end of the day, you airing out that you fucked a man's wife and you calling someone a pedophile are two very different things.
Very different. It got dark.
And I think we got into like this TMZ era of rap beef where it was just like, what can I expose and what can I dig up to have the biggest mic drop and say the craziest thing to win this beef versus what's the better song? Because I will stand on it. Not Like Us was not the best song in that rap beef.
And we don't have to get into all of this again. But what I will say is I don't like that rap beefs became tea. Like
Yeah,
like you
and
said,
I
like
said-
who has the better like
Why did that
morally-
happen?
Pusha T. Pusha fucking T
go,
did it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
it
the
was
whole
Pusha.
exposing Drake had Adonis. Pusha T started this
Things
whole
got
fucking
weird after that.
Well, W
gossip
Freestyle.
ass rap beef shit, yo.
W Freestyle looked like it. You know, it was like, all
Yeah.
right, let's put this away. And then he came in
And
with the
now
buzzer beater
and then
of you have
rap
a kid.
beef. Kendrick tried to do the same thing. Drake tried to do the same thing. What can I expose that no one else knows about you so I can get that jaw-dropping bar off?
And also, how can I make it like a moral thing? If you support the other person, there's something morally wrong with you. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa. I thought we were just having fun.
So I was listening to I was reading the whole thing too, and I think someone on my timeline was like, "What do you guys think was the point where Jay-Z thought this went too far?" And when you read in between the lines of the entire interview, I don't even think it was the beef. I think it was after the beef when he got the lawsuit by Busby.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because he said he
For
was
the
really
sexual assault. Yeah.
Because within that same interview, he talked about how there's certain lines you don't cross when it comes to women and children and blah blah blah. And then further down in the interview, that's when he was like, "You know what? I think we're done with battling." So what I really think happened with Jay-Z is that
He came to
he
Jesus.
felt how that feels to get that allegation on you when it's completely unfounded. And then he turned around like, you know what? This don't got a space in hip hop.
He also spoke about how just people really attach him to it, right? That he is part that because he, so they asked him about the Super Bowl and like the process of selecting people. And it's like, people attach this thing to me that like I am aligning with Kendrick by getting him to do the halftime show. I picked who had the best year,
Yeah, he did. But why did Kendrick have the best year?
Off of Drake's buttocks.
Yeah, I mean, you can't trust Jay-Z 100%. I always say like Jay-Z is
He's
one of
just
my
a guy.
favorite rappers of all time, but he's a slimy dude, yo. Jay-Z is a slimy individual.
You don't know him.
Who is off
What
ramp
did he
based on
do?
what I know. I don't know anybody 100%. I know you guys 90%. I know Jay-Z about a 40.
40. You think you know Jay-Z 40%?
You listen to everything someone puts out and you get the vibe what they are and they say that they're vulnerable in their music and you listen to all their interviews and you've been growing up, whatever you want to call it, 20, 40.
That's pretty high.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
30 years.
And Jay-Z always came off as somebody who was a little bit disingenuous, but I will say there is more in that interview than just the beef stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That I thought the most interesting part was the J. Cole shit.
Okay, right. So what did you think was interesting about that?
Because the dude from GQ asked, what's it like with J. Cole right now? Like, you guys are cool. Which is funny because he also did an interview recently saying a lot of these same sentiments, right? Like, oh, I hate how everyone's, so divided about it. But when they asked, what's your relationship like with J. Cole? He kind of said, the first thing he said was, well, there's a lot of things like, behind the scenes and everything like that, which I think is very indicative because he would have said, yeah, I talked to him recently or anything like that. But I think there is something that happened there where Cole tried to buy back his masters, and I don't know, there seemed to be like an issue there with it. And people kind of accuse him, like, how come you don't big up, J. Cole like a guy that you did Meek Mill, and that was your artist.
Cole tried to buy back his masters from...
He did buy back his masters.
From Jay, or from Rock Nation or whatever.
Yeah, but they're kind of, it seems like they're not cool. Like, it very is indicative of...
He was cold with his answers about
Yeah,
J.
he was
Cole.
very cold about it. And there's a lot of things on his new album that people are kind of like, is he talking about Jay? Like, this doesn't seem like something you'd say about someone that you feel that way about. But yeah, he's talking about Jay-Z being a slimy dude and the way he runs business and his acts and the people that he's put on that we attribute to him. Oh, he created J. Cole. And it's like, behind the scenes, there's all these fucked up things,
I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. And, within the same thing, they talked about how does it feel to get the jacket that, you're a bad person because you're a billionaire?
Oh, yeah.
He said, I don't give a
Really?
Yeah, he said,
said,
"You ask me
There's
how
no
I feel,
tension.
I don't give
think
a
about
fuck." He laughed like a fucking super villain. It was crazy.
I can't lie. He did drop a line that I think about very often. He said
Very
something.
often. It just came out today, no?
No. He said something
him.
that I think about very often.
Oh, I was like, how you think about something the interview just came out?
No. He said that is there a limit to the money that I have where I'm just automatically a bad person? Like if I have $999,000 in my bank account, am I good? And then once I get $1 million, am I bad? Because that is a real question to ask. Like, is LeBron inherently a bad person because he's a billionaire?
Well,
I don't know if bad person
All
is the
billionaires are
right-
evil.
And he didn't-
You're used to that line of thinking.
He didn't say bad person. He said inherently there's something bad about my personality because I'm a billionaire.
Right. Okay.
And I think when you say it like
because you're
that, I
hoarding
think,
your
yeah.
wealth.
I do
Something about
agree.
your personality has gotten you here.
Exactly. And
To
I've
be
said this
unethical
before.
enough to
I think you
accumulate
have
that
to
type
have
of wealth.
some
Yeah.
level of, I don't want to say immorality, but you have to have some level of not following certain morals or being unethical to be a
slime
billionaire.
a few people.
You have to slime a few
Yeah.
people. You have to get it off the backs of others. There's no
There's
ethical
no
billionaire.
way you can't make it
And yeah,
all by
but
yourself.
I will say this, sorry to cut you off. I would say this, like, if you get $1 billion in an entrepreneurial way, like you're not just a salary man like LeBron, I think that's a little different. If you get it through entrepreneurial spirit, like you're the one that's owning things and hiring people and whatever, it's a lot harder to be a good person and get to $1 billion. LeBron, it's more off the back of a mega corporation that's paying him a lot of money.
Yeah, like a residual billion.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really LeBron like sliming people.
I hear that,
If
but it's
Nike's
also like
giving me
you
$1
could
billion.
give so much of that money away.
Yeah, people are mad at billionaires because they have $1 billion.
Yeah.
They're like, you shouldn't
You
have
do
that
not
much
need
money.
$1 billion. If I was a billionaire, I don't even understand. I'd give away so much money. It's not even funny.
How much you
Never get
giving?
there.
But also-
this stuff
So
is
you wouldn't be a billionaire.
No.
You would just never, if you became a billionaire, you would just be giving it away. So
Well,
then you're not a billionaire
seriously,
anymore.
you can't spend $1 billion. I mean, maybe you could try.
But it's
Do you
not-
know how much $1 billion is?
It's
But
not
even-
liquid though, right? So
Yeah.
someone like LeBron he's I don't know, he's getting a house, he's investing the money in businesses, he probably has crazy life insurance, stuff like that. Like it's not just $1 billion in his account. So what are you doing if you're LeBron?
Yeah, it depends.
I'm doing a lot. I mean, okay, so how much money do you think
A lot
LeBron has
more.
in his account?
hundreds of millions probably.
I doubt it. I don't think he has.
I think
Okay,
between all
Mucho,
his,
come
Are
on.
you just
For
making
sure.
are you trying to make the point that there's
What are you
nothing
talking about? You
unethical
don't think
about how
LeBron
LeBron
James
accumulates
have
wealth?
hundreds of millions of dollars in his bank account?
Much less than somebody who's running their own business.
Okay, but if he's a billionaire off of primarily like Nike or something
Yeah, if
like
you
that,
run it
there's a lot
down
of
the chain of command,
Yeah, there's a
then
lot of unethical
sure,
shit
but-
happening. How those jerseys get stitched. There's kids in
But you
fucking.
could say that, but then that's not fair because you could say that about almost every occupation.
Someone else.
That's what I was gonna say.
Rihanna
that-
can't be an ethical.
that
What are you
every
talking about?
occupation has
Is
some
she
form
out there
of
making the Fenty
unethical.
glasses? That's what I'm
Selling
saying.
them
Like
herself.
Who's
Rihanna-
making Fenty? Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Like
no,
the
but
same-
I get what you're saying
$30
because
lip
no one.
gloss. I mean,
no
I
one,
fuck with it. I like Rihanna, but you can't be like, oh yeah, Rihanna's an ethical
No one-
billionaire.
but no
She's
one
not.
calls Rihanna
Yeah,
unethical.
no one's on her ass like that though.
Yeah.
like they are with Jay-Z.
She has better.
She hasn't
PR.
made anyone mad enough yet.
I think she just
Yeah.
has such good PR that
Yeah.
it's like she's
Rihanna
very
has- she
inclusive.
couldn't
You know,
just
she
do
supports
anything wrong.
women.
Yeah.
She's this and that.
But that's
she's
crazy
real.
because
She's raw.
But that's funny to me because isn't like makeup inherently a sector where people are mad about how stuff gets made and animal,
animal
testing,
testing.
and all this
But
different
I
type of
think
stuff?
Fenty is a fairly
They're not-
clean
they're
brand.
not-
Like they don't.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't think they
clean
test
in
on
that way.
animals.
And she's
or-
like
yeah.
about the environment and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's a tough
instead,
one.
it's like
People
yeah.
test on these niggas.
Like how do they make?
I have no.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm sure there's artificial ways to
Because
do
they
it.
do say no animal testing, but then if it's no animal testing, who you test it on?
People.
But then it's like you sign up for that.
That's true
It's like,
too.
Get yourself a
have you
bag.
guys ever done the thing where you go and you try food?
Food? No,
you
but I
done
want
that?
to. I haven't done it, but
I
I
used
want
to
to know
do
how.
it a lot
They
when
said
I was a
invite you
kid.
some?
No, they're like kinda.
You get
I
to-
used to be signed up for it.
I
You
wanna
get like
find a way.
$20 to like
Yeah,
try
you
yogurt.
try different flavors.
Anyways,
Like
Alright.
Doritos
Belly.
is coming out with a new flavor.
20 ain't enough. 20 ain't
But if
enough.
you
you
hungry
just eat
anyway,
fucking
instead of
yogurt.
spending
What do
20,
you
get
mean?
paid 20.
you'd eat yogurt.
Yeah, like if
That's
it.
it.
But you're
Yeah.
testing. So am I like testing
No,
new
you're not
stuff that hasn't
testing.
come out?
It's just
It's
for
like
taste.
new flavors.
It's not,
Like, oh,
it's not,
Cheetos
is this toxic?
is doing sweet and sour chicken Dorito.
Oh, like a focus group?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
would have basically
I've done
pass
that
around.
before.
You've
Really?
done it?
I
I've
did
done
it.
it.
I did it for an ice cream brand when I was like in high school.
I
So
used
why
to
don't we
do it
just like send all the
bare.
homeless people to do this? Give them a
Now
little
you're
meal.
cooking.
Give them a little meal.
Because everything they're gonna say A+.
Mucho, come on, man.
What? They can't focus.
That's actually really smart.
That's some.
That's actually
some,
really
That's some
smart.
Mundani shit. The mayor of New York, he had homeless people shoveling the sidewalk.
He didn't have homeless people. He had anybody who was willing to do it.
That's wild. That is
I heard they were
wild.
paying like $34
It was like 50,
an hour.
I think it was like $50 an hour to shovel the sidewalks
Hey,
in New
man.
York.
Somebody was on TikTok like, damn, y'all cleared the streets quick. They
Mans
had
are-
a speck of snow on these
That's
streets.
smart though.
$40 an hour, shit.
That's smart though, yo.
Yeah, whip out
No
a
one should be
fucking
broke
shovel.
in New York, yo. Get out there, put in 8 hours every day.
Yeah, but I do. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Oh my god.
About Jay-Z.
We were talking about
I felt like I
Jay-Z.
had a lot more to say about this interview on my way in, but I don't know. It is.
I mean, he talked about billionaires. He talked about the beef. He talked about making 444 because this is pretty much his first interview since then, and how
Yeah.
it felt touring with Beyonce and stuff and talking about cheating on her.
He was
What do you
talking
say about that?
Lou.
Which is
It
crazy.
was just a very vulnerable moment in his life to get that off, and then having to perform it with Beyonce on the what was
Relive it
The-
every night.
what's the joint album they had?
Everything
Didn't they
is
tour it?
love.
Everything is love.
Everything
Something
is
like
love.
that.
No, On the Run was a tour, but they didn't have a joint
did
I think
On
it's
the Run
everything
too.
is
On the
love.
Run
or
They did
something
On the
like
Run
that.
After Everything is
Everything
Love
is
or
Love,
Love
right.
is
Yes.
And he was performing Lemonade, or not Lemonade, sorry, 444 songs.
He was talking about Blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how Blue is.
Do you think he was saucing that up, or it's true
Yes.
that
I think
Blue is
all
a
these
piano
celebrities
prodigy?
talk about their kids like they're fucking so special, and it blows my fucking mind. Kim's every day on the internet like Northwest. Oh, she's a producer and an artist, and she can do everything under the sun.
Yeah,
Bro,
facts.
get out of here.
I felt there was a little bit of self-awareness with what Jay-Z was saying though about
You
Blue,
think so?
because he was kind of like, "Yo, this is the first time she's ever had to work at anything."
Yeah, she did.
He said
He
that.
did
You know
say
what I'm
that.
saying? Like,
She had to
yo,
fight
what?
for that.
I bet.
She had to
This is
fight
like,
for it.
so I can see how that means a
Yeah,
lot.
he was like with the first few
She had to
dances,
fight
she was
for
just
it.
going through the motions.
Yeah. She's like, no, she had to fight for it. It's the only time in her life that she's ever had to fight for it. So yeah, I'm proud that she had to do that. And I was like,
She had to
word.
fight for
to work hard to be on
to
stage.
get it right.
Yeah, because
After
she
people were
was
killing
shaking
her.
it in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's
I still
hard
think
though.
they
Like I
were
said,
hard on her.
It's hard. Like
She's a kid.
She was young. Also,
Why would they put her up there, bro?
I thought she was doing that swag on purpose, the nonchalant dance.
no.
I thought she just
But my
trying to
thing
be
is,
like,
again, she was young. You're on stage in front of. That's why one of her first time maybe on
50,000
stage.
people, yeah.
You're on
10
stage
on
in front of what
stage, bro.
70,000 people
Right.
in a roaring stadium. Your mother is fucking Beyonce. I'd be shaking ass up there too in a bad way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I'd be shaking it like, bro, what the fuck? You're scared.
Because she was also
To the
fucking
listeners
don't
that don't
end.
understand.
Oh, sorry.
Toronto
When I say
slang,
shaking
she's
ass,
not-
I don't mean
she's not
like
saying that.
I mean shaking ass is like nervous, like
Yeah.
fucking up. Sorry. Hassan Phil's got me saying that all the time.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like
Shout out
shaking,
to
like
Hassan.
I'd be nervous.
Yeah.
Because confidence is not built your first time performing, especially not performing in front of 50,000 people,
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah.
You don't just go
Yeah.
out there and just own it. You have to build it. And I'm honestly, I 100% respect and hats off to her for continuing. Because a lot of kids would have been like, I'm not fucking going back
I'm
up
never
there.
going up there again.
Yeah.
Like deadness.
She got something in her
But
for
she
sure.
grew her confidence.
She's
I think
very
she's growing up
talented.
very nicely. I mean, I don't know her, but it looks like it.
Looks like it, you know.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're Beyonce's daughter, like, how can it go wrong, you know?
It's honestly hard to be that rich and raise a well-adjusted kid. So
From what we know.
it seems like they.
I hope she's well adjusted.
Oh
She does
yeah,
look
it
well-adjusted.
seems. It
she
seems
seems
like
cool.
she is. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Beyonce, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect her to fail at anything.
Is Beyonce a person?
No.
No. She's not. She's not.
Yo, she's a robot.
She's an
that-
imaginary entity.
Yeah.
Do you think you could like nature verse nurture someone into doing anything? Like Beyonce's and Jay-Z's kid was destined to be a performer no matter how naturally good they were at whatever they were doing.
Apparently,
Like,
she.
it's just like
I mean,
it's
she's
like,
only 13. There's still time for her.
You hear him talking
like,
about the
but
piano,
even-
though?
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. Him Sasa. He said she's like a piano prodigy, but she doesn't
Oh.
want to do lessons because she wants to do it for fun, and she could like hear a song twice.
That's
and
what
just
you're asking if
play
he
it.
sauced up on.
Yeah.
If
You're saying what? If it's possible, if it's possible
Like,
to
do you
nurture.
think you could just like, no matter who their kid was, if it wasn't Blue, do you think this was going to be how they would be?
No, no.
Like
'Cause it's
music,
like-
but with music?
Yeah, just in general. Because it's like
No,
it's
yeah,
like
no.
LeBron. It's like Bronny.
Right.
Do you think no matter if Bronny was another child, just named Bronny, he would have still been the same
no,
kid
no,
that made the NBA?
no,
I don't understand.
No, because
He's saying like if Bronny wasn't born to LeBron, like would he still be?
No,
no, he's saying the
I'm
opposite.
saying if another kid, say if Clyde was LeBron James Jr., would
Yeah.
Clyde be Bronny right now?
the reason the answer is no.
I'd be in the league.
No disrespect. The answer is no because because Bryce isn't gonna do shit. Bronny,
Yeah, but Bryce is in a different
Why don't you think
situation
Bryce
than
isn't
Bronny
good?
though.
Wait, why is Bryce not going to do
Bryce?
shit?
he's just
The-
not
the-
as good as
the
a
younger
basketball
son.
player. As
And you think
Bronny.
he's not going to go to the NBA off the
Bryce
heels
is
of his
just a
brother and
random
his
guy.
dad?
If he does, it'll be the quickest
plays
flame out of
basketball?
all time.
Oh my God.
Like, because Bronny is in the G League putting up numbers, right?
Yeah. Now,
Even if he wasn't LeBron's son, he'd be a borderline NBA player. He's decent.
I think they're just bound to.
okay.
They're gonna get whipped into it.
Actually, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think Bronny would have even got the look for the NBA.
Maybe he wouldn't got the look. A
he
lot of
like
people, a lot of
6'2"?
people don't get the look.
He would have maybe gone to the G League without being Bron's son, but he was not getting.
But that's not the question he was asking.
But I'm talking even farther back than that because the question I'm asking has to do with the butterfly effect of everything too. Bronny is who Bronny is because obviously he's LeBron's son. He's put in these certain positions. From he's young, he's able to watch the game, have the best trainers, go to the best schools. If you plucked Bronny at birth and put him in the projects of Maryland, does he turn into Bronny?
No.
Which is
No,
kind of
So
what
that's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying.
No.
If
It's
you
nepotism.
take Clyde at birth and make him LeBron James Jr., does Clyde now turn into Bronny?
I
Yes.
think so.
So
Yeah,
is
I
it-
don't have to work. I can shoot and get my shots up every
So
day.
now that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Is
Into
it
the
more
league.
about who you are
Why don't you believe in
internally
him?
or
I
the
don't-
situations
I
that you get put
believe
in?
in nurture versus nature.
It's nurture.
Because
Yeah.
Bronny's still he's a very athletic guy. Like
What you trying to say about Clyde?
you're not you are not as athletic as Bronny James.
But he would
that's
be.
fair to
If
say.
he
I
would,
think
no,
that's fair to say.
but he would be if he was in an environment with an athletic
Yeah,
dad.
like he.
Nope.
Some part
Why?
of it is genetics.
Why?
Some part
You
of it
can't-
is
you
genetics. You
can't-
can't teach a 50-inch
Yeah,
vertical.
you can't.
Hold on, but
can't
Clyde
train your weight.
is what are you 6'4"?
I'm taller than Bronny.
What are you talking about
Like,
right now?
why
Mucho?
not?
If
You
Clyde now had
The
the
resources that Bronny
and the
did.
training that
All it
You
is
think
is
you would-
training.
You don't have
He
no.
could
I wouldn't
get-
either. You
he
don't.
could get-
You don't have the quick twitch that Bronny James has.
But you can get.
What are you
that's
talking
training.
about?
That's not natural
you're gassing
talent.
Bronny, bro. Yeah,
I don't know.
What do you-
Bronny is a really good athlete.
Mucho.
He's just short.
Mucho's
Okay.
not wrong. Clyde, he could definitely, he would develop crazy, but there are just certain things that are genuinely just genetic that you cannot train for. I think like a 50-inch vertical is one of them. No matter if you
Yeah.
started
Hey.
doing legs from 5 years old, you can't calf raise your way to a 50-inch
Maybe
vert.
he
You just
wouldn't
can't.
have all the
shock your
special
calves.
You can get up there.
It's not about
You
that.
could probably get 10 inches on your vert.
So you really think that Bronny just naturally?
Bronny's a freak athlete.
That's a natural athlete.
So if Bronny never
What?
had,
It helps.
you say Bronny's a freak athlete?
What?
he is.
This guy.
Bronny's very athletic.
He's very athletic. He's not a freak
A
athlete.
freak athlete. Do you know what a freak athlete is?
Yeah.
Serena Williams is a freak athlete.
Yeah.
You're not putting Bronny in the same realm as Serena Williams.
I don't think
Are you? Let's
any
be
of
fucking
these
for
people
real.
Call her a
just
generational
natural.
athlete. I don't know. Whatever. But he has the athleticism at 6'2" to be in the NBA.
With no training, how would you know?
Mucho, I really do not.
Yeah,
I
he didn't have
do
to
not
like work
think-
at Longos and shit. Like, and he
If
had
LeBron-
someone rebounding for him his whole life.
I don't
Like,
think if you train, you'd be as athletic as Bronny.
if I
James.
trained as much as Bronny did, if I did
if
everything
they
Bronny
had
did
the same life
with
Mucho,
LeBron as my dad,
the same
Right.
life.
Because Bryce could work as hard as he
I
wants to, he
agree.
wouldn't be as athletic as Bronny.
I agree with him.
maybe not.
Because it happens in reverse too. There's dudes that work at Walmart that have never trained in their life that have a 50-inch vert. And if I trained my whole life, I could still never have that. So
But
it
he's
works the opposite
saying
way.
that if we took Bronny and put him in the projects, he's still making the NBA. I don't.
I
believe-
didn't say that.
You just said that. You just said he's a freak athlete.
I
What
said
are you
he's a
talking?
freak athlete, yeah.
So a freak
He's
athlete who would make the
strictly-
NBA.
He's strictly
No,
just
I
talking
don't
about
think-
athleticism.
Just
He's
yeah,
not
just-
talking about his
because
NBA skill.
Bronny hasn't put it all together. But strictly on athleticism wise, because he's LeBron's dad, it's LeBron's son. It's all mixed together. Then he was able to make it in the
he's
NBA.
just athletic enough to be in the NBA, man.
Which
Like,
I'm not mad at, but that's a fucking high
You
bar.
just
Yeah.
said you
That's a high
cannot
bar.
say he's just athletic
Yeah.
enough and call him a freak athlete.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know what a freak athlete
Yeah.
means? Fucking
Okay.
Russell Westbrook in his prime was a freak
Okay,
athlete.
fine. He's athletic enough to be in the NBA, which I think you need to be a freak athlete to be.
do you think
No.
all of athleticism is
Especially if that is your major trait.
I think it's
But
just
you
all
don't
training.
need to be a freak athlete to be in the
Of
NBA.
course, you could be like one
Bronny
of
is
these
not-
white boys like Austin Reeves or something that's just pure skill.
But Bronny's
Fine.
in the NBA because of his dad.
and because of how athletic he is.
I also
It's
think
both.
you're also
It's
putting
not one.
You're putting
both.
too much on
Bryce will
athleticism
make
being
the
an
NBA
inherent
too.
thing. You can develop like you can't get
Bryce will
You can get
never be
taller.
as athletic as Bronny James.
I never said that. I said Bryce will be
now
in
y'all
the
are-
NBA.
Bryce
He will be in the NBA.
He'll flame out.
The
He'll,
same way that Bronny made it in the
No.
NBA.
No.
What are we talking
He'll
about? right now?
he'll never be like a. I can't even see Bryce being a rotation player in the G League. Now you might force him onto there like they did with LiAngelo or something.
The point is, off the heels of his back, off the heels of his dad, he will go to the NBA. He will get a look to the NBA.
Of course.
Whatever. But again,
or I don't
Bronny-
even know if that's of course, but probably.
but it's
yeah.
the same thing with Bronny. Yes, he's athletic, but there are guys who are more athletic than Bronny.
Yeah, of course.
course.
Exactly. But he made it to the NBA first because who's his fucking dad?
LeBron.
Exactly. So you can't say that he would have made it to the NBA anyway.
But you still need to pass a threshold of athleticism to get there.
And
I think there were better.
and I
But
think
there
Clyde
people are
could do
arguing
it.
that there are better guys who didn't get that look.
Thank you.
No, I mean, no disrespect. I'll even put myself in
Like
it.
there were so many arguments when Bronny was in college saying like, bro, he's gonna get a look for what? People were saying that forever.
Yeah, well, Bronny was a good high school player, and then that unfortunate
There are
stuff
there are a
happened
lot of great high
in the
school
D1.
players.
Of course, he wouldn't be in the NBA if it wasn't for LeBron. But I don't think any player, anybody that was LeBron's son would be in the NBA.
I do.
That's valid. That's valid.
What are we doing? Like Michael Jordan's kids didn't make
I would
it.
say yeah, Michael Jordan's because it really depends. But
Bronny's
It really
more athletic
depends.
than both of them.
Michael Jordan's kids
D
didn't make
Wade's
it.
kids didn't make it.
Oh,
or
really?
his kid.
Bronny's more athletic than both of them.
No, Shaq's kid didn't make it.
No.
His failed.
He was doing his
They all
Sharif-
tried? They all tried?
Sharif never
I
went.
don't know if they all tried. I don't know.
Yeah, he had.
Michael Jordan's
He
kids
tried.
tried.
They tried. They
definitely
tried. They tried.
Marcus
Oh,
Jordan
really?
tried for him.
Yeah, and it was bad.
Damn.
I know we like to clown on Bronny James, but like he is actually a good basketball.
I'm not
player.
clowning. I just think you're gassing it the way you gas a lot of other things.
And I also think
calling him a freak athlete is
I
a
also
little
think his
bit.
minutes in the G League and his little garbage time minutes aren't as honorable as you're making it seem.
That maybe they're not, but I don't.
They're not
think,
as real bucket. Like yeah, those
I don't think
28
Bryce could do that.
Fair enough. Okay.
Freak athlete is nuts.
Well, I guess we'll
Well, you
see,
have to
Bryce.
be a freak athlete to get in the
Pressure's
NBA.
on.
But that's why I hate a semantic argument. Of course, I understand what you're saying, that there's levels, right? He's not a freak athlete like Westbrook. But to be in the NBA and your major trait when it comes to how you play or whatever is that you can move your feet very quick and you can get off the floor and you're a defensive player at 6'2", that's because you're athletic.
I'm gonna stop rebuttaling because it's the same thing. We're just going around in circles.
Do you think Tony Allen's an athletic freak?
Yeah, for sure. Especially before ACL.
Okay,
He tore his ACL.
I'm good. That's all I want to do.
Who?
DeRozan.
all right, guys, we're
don't-
losing the host.